Tonight, the Avalanche lost to Vegas. So, for the third straight game, the Golden Knights have taken a game from the Colorado Avalanche. They are now up 3-2 in the series. And yeah, game six is heading back to Vegas. And if I were a betting man, if I were a man with a gambling addiction that literally everyone seems to have these days, I would throw literally every penny of my net worth onto the Vegas Golden Knights this next game. And here's why. This Avs team just is not built to win in the playoffs. I hope they turn that around. And there have been cases where teams have turned that around, like the Capitals. I'm sure it took Pittsburgh a few years to win when Crosby got there too. But from what I've seen, the majority of my life, the Avalanche have not been a very good hockey team. And when they started to really start to become good was, I think, 2018 is when they, against Calgary, is when they started to make a lot of noise. And people were just like, oh my God, the future of this team is amazing. You know, we just drafted Byram. We just got Newhook, and we traded for Burakovsky as well. Because in the 2018 playoffs, the thing that hurt us apparently was, or actually I know, not apparently, but I know it was lack of scoring depth. And we blew the doors off Calgary round one. But we just lost to a more experienced, more physical San Jose team in, round two. And hold on. There's not going to be any cuts to this video. It's just going to be me talking, speaking my mind, and I'm also going to be drinking protein in the middle. Here, watch. Okay. So what was I talking? Oh, yeah. So San Jose was just more physical than we were, and yeah, we could have won that game 7, but San Jose was pretty much in control the entire game. We were never a threat to win. And then 2019-20 season, our team just drops like flies due to injury. And if there was any team that the bubble or COVID helped more, it was the Avalanche, because we literally just lost McKinnon before everything shut down. Rantanen was not going to be available for round one. Landeskog was hurt as well. And then, we were missing guys like Kadri, Burakovsky. And we ended up losing Grubauer and Francouz both in the bubble. So that just completely shot our chances down the drain. But in round one, we blew the doors off of Arizona. And I remember there was one game Arizona took, and we had like a 30-minute power play in the second and third period towards the end. Or it wasn't a 30-minute power play, but it may as well have been because of how dominant the Avalanche looked. And yeah, round two, same story. We totally choked that game 7. We didn't choke that series in the sense that, we were down 3-1. We completely could have won that series because we were up with 2 minutes to go in overtime. Or no, not in overtime, in the third period. And Nazem Kadri has a horrible turnover. We had just scored 2. So 7 seconds later, Dallas comes back the other way, pots another one, then overtime, it's anyone's game. And yeah, Dallas scores, series over. Dallas moves on, plays Vegas, and gets beat in the Cup final by the Lightning. And the thing about that series is that Dallas was the epitomization of ugly hockey. Dallas hockey was just so horrible to watch last year. Not fun at all to watch. Just so not cool. Completely untalented team. Or I'm not going to say untalented team, but they just didn't have the skill to even be on the same planet as the Avalanche. But guess what? They won. And it's just shaping up to be more of the same this year, except this time the Avs are the actual President's Trophy winners. They are, I believe the first seed in the Western Conference. Actually, I know the first seed. What am I thinking? They came on really strong at the end of the season, and it's looking to be more of the same. Last year the President's Trophy was, I believe, Boston, because it was, but Colorado would have been in the mix too if everything kind of shut down. So yeah, this year the President's Trophy winners, we had talked about since the offseason last year that Colorado was the betting favorite to win on every major betting platform. They were the betting favorite to win the Stanley Cup. It was more of the same when the playoffs began. After round one, people were just like, who's beating the Avalanche? After game 1 of this series, everyone was just like, oh my God, Avs in 4. And then, Since then, Vegas has just dominated us. Every puck battle, every shift into our ozone, it's won by Vegas. And this Colorado team, I have absolutely zero faith in to win this Game 7. Or, no, not even Game 7. Game 6 is headed back to Vegas, and Colorado's not going to win. Because if there's anything we have learned, it's that the Avs can only beat Vegas on their home ice. And if you're going back to Vegas, you've proven that you can't play very well there. You've proven you can play all right at home. You know, we had Game 1. We had that 7-1 blowout. But there are no more excuses for this Avs team. 2 years ago, yeah, kind of young. Shouldn't have really been there. But, I mean, they proved they belong because they blew Calgary out. And then last year, oh my God, so many injuries. And I know that the injuries kept piling up and piling up. And if Grubauer was in, if Francouz was in against Dallas in the bubble, do we win that series? I don't know. Francouz actually was in, but he was playing hurt, and then we had to rely on Michael Hutchinson. So this is just a sad, sad situation. It's just more of the same this year. Completely dominate the Blues round 1. And then in the second round, it looks like they're going to collapse again. And the reason I'm not even wasting my time with this video is because I have no faith in the mental toughness of this team to win a Game 7. Yeah, Game 7 2 years ago against San Jose, they probably could have won. Last year, they totally should have beat Dallas. But, you know, that's just the way she goes. This team is just not one that can win big games. The last time I remember the Avs winning a big game before this year was, it was while they were still, kind of getting better. It was 2017-18 against Minnesota, where it was Hayduk retirement night, or actually not even Hayduk retirement night, but they beat Minnesota 7-1 and 7-2 after both series, after both games. What am I even saying? I don't know. I've had a long day, and I'm not cutting any of this because I don't feel like it. So, yeah, they haven't won any big games since I think I was a junior in high school. And whether that's a fair assessment or not, I don't know. I'm not going to be ridiculous and say that the Avs window is closed, but this is starting to become a trend. And in a game like tonight where you outplay Vegas 75% of the time and you don't win the game, that's just a dagger in the playoffs. And I know that Vegas outplayed us for 75% of the game in that late series battle. And I know they outplayed us in Game 2 as well for 40 minutes. And we got a really lucky call in overtime. But yeah, that's just the way she goes. Like I said, it's hockey. It's a weird sport. This is probably the sport where the most luck is involved. A bounce or two just needs to go your way to win every single game. And I don't know. I just don't see the Avs being able to get it done because through all the years with this McKinnon, Landeskog, Rantanen, Makar, whatever core, they just haven't been able to win a Game 7. And I don't want to hear that they're the favorites to win the Cup again next year because we've been here before. We have known for the past few years that everyone is saying, oh my God, Colorado is such a good team. Colorado is going to be amazing. And yeah, their skill, their speed is literally unmatched by any other team besides maybe Tampa. But other than that, I'm not impressed. I just don't have any faith with what I've been able to see. And I hope I'm proven wrong. The only way I have any confidence in this Avs team to not only beat Vegas but win the series is if they go into Vegas, Game 6, Thursday night now. It'll be Thursday night. And if Colorado just goes in and completely blows the doors off Vegas, literally runs them out of their own building, that's the only way I see Colorado being able to, beat this Vegas team. Because you've shown you can't win a Game 7. You think back to Minnesota 7 years ago. You completely choked that Game 7, and you choked against San Jose. Yeah, you didn't really choke, but you still lost the game. You choked against Dallas, and guess what? You're on track. Yeah, you're on track to choke against Vegas again. So, yeah, this is probably the first video I've done with no cuts, so I legitimately suck at talking off the top of my head. But yeah, it's looking like more of the same. And like I said, I don't want to hear anyone say that Colorado is the best team in the league. I don't want to hear anyone say that we won the President's Trophy because this team crumbles like it's nobody's business. We have shown no mental toughness this whole series besides game one. And that was the first game of the series, and it's been all Vegas since then. I know we completely dominated tonight, but that doesn't mean anything because Vegas won the game. Professional sports is a results-based industry, and I just don't see us being able to beat the Golden Knights in their own arena, and I also don't see us being able to overcome the mental toughness that is required to win a Game 7 because this team just doesn't have it. And whether that's me giving up on my own team, I hope I'm proven wrong, but it's just what I've been able to see. I'm from Denver. I've grown up watching this team, and for the past few years, I have just fallen in love with watching the likes of McKinnon. I remember the exact game where he just woke up one day and looked like, oh my God, he just woke up one day and decided to become the second best player in the NHL. It was so weird because we had never seen him be that dominant before. But this series has taken me back to the original McKinnon, who was an unconfident kid, and he said he needed a sports psychologist to, help him progress through everything. And kudos to him, man, because that sports psychologist did wonders, and McKinnon is probably the second best hockey player in the world. I know that people after game one wanted to say that he was better than McDavid, and McDavid didn't show up, but I mean McKinnon's not showing up anymore either. So I mean, you have one amazing player who's considered the best in the league who's not showing up. You have another amazing player who's considered second best in the league pretty much unanimously by most sane people, of course. And yeah, the difference between Peyton Manning and Tom Brady is that Tom Brady showed up when it mattered. Peyton Manning, yes, he showed up when it mattered, but he just could never find a way to get it done. And that's the way that the Colorado Avalanche and Nathan McKinnon are headed. They just can't get it done. And until I'm proven wrong, the Avalanche are going to choke again. And I'm not wasting any time with this video because, yeah, it's just the reality of the situation. And, yeah. Alright, guys, leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description down below. Anyways, guys, have a good day, and peace out.